That's your light.
Yeah. But you don't know yeah,
I mentioned down. Right, so going from the beginning, so that is stiff. And then it goes this, and then it goes red like this. Right, red. They laugh. They can't move. That's it, that's it.
from a leak and starts to hunt for nickels in the dirt. We've gone from wealth to poverty, like that. Boatloads of vegetables prosper like each day bound from this city, where they're left to rot.
Food's so expensive, even cauliflower.
Darkness of noon. That's what it's like these days.
Where's she? He couldn't come. Apparently, the banks have pulled the plug on him at last.
Who's gonna ship our cauliflowers now?
For Christ's sake, Clark, what's all this doom and gloom? The grocery business is recession-proof. This is a city with 4 million souls. A broken lot, they still need vegetables. How are things going at the retail end?
It's hell out there. They get a customer, she asks for half a cabbage head. All tip. Which brings me to Arturo.
What? The game's done?
Yeah, he's waiting in the hall. It seems he heard about the fix winner. He's got a proposition for this guy. You know, he thinks he can persuade the retailers to take our cauliflowers and no one else's. In his own inimitable words, they've got a choice. It's cauliflowers or coffins.
The grocery trade makes wholesale butchery. They know where they can stick their business plan. What are we? Animals? Word gets around that we're in difficulties, and at once, Arturo always knocking on our door, offering sympathy and service. I say we throw him out.
Politely, though. It doesn't pay to buy a man like that. But how did you get on with Dogsborough? Did he arrange the loan? Dogsborough and I just might have found a way out of this hole. The gist of it is this. We've paid our taxes in this town for years. It's time we got something in return. A loan for dogs. To help unload our vegetables more quickly. Dogsborough has enough pride to set it up for us. What do you say?
He wasn't interested.
What pretext did he give?
He gave his fish.
What's fishy about building dogs? They'll provide jobs and livelihood for thousands.
Thinks we don't intend to build the dogs.
What? Not build the dogs? That's scandalous.
So you're not gonna build them?
No, that he should doubt it.
So we turn to someone else. There must be others.
Nobody knows him.
Oh, for sure.
He's honest though. And more importantly, he's known to be.
Okay.
He's got his name to think about.
So what? We need a municipal loan. His reputation's his.
And problems. We need a loan. No questions asked. Agree? Only an honest man can manage that. Only a man like Arturo. Ask him for closing guarantees, they wouldn't dare. They trust him. Men of us that faith in God who've never looked at faith in Arturo. He's 220 pounds of solid honesty, 79 and still a tough slaves. A man like that is worth his weight in gold, particularly when you're building dogs. I'm building them, how should I put it? Slowly.
Dogs will put this weight in gold, all right. When he backs the scheme gets packed. The trouble is, he isn't back in ours.
This is a city, not a folk picture. That's his philosophy. For 19 years, we've contributed to his campaign fund. And in all that time, I doubt he's ever seen the cauliflower that wasn't on a plate.
To hell.
But not just this. Let's try and use these words.
What do you mean? He's given up on us. You know the trick.
He also told us to drive.
Could've given an ignorant, that's why.
You're right. His problem is simple. Ignorance. He has no sense of indifference. If we could educate him, though, who knows? He might still help us. His private part.
hard to hit in Germany. Russian landowners facing bankruptcy approach the government for loan finance, as it does not accede to their demands.
You don't see much of bosom friends these days. Only their backs. Your brother's coming round. We'll make sure you get a pair of extra shoes first. In case he's gonna watch you for a loan. Mistrust is everywhere. This would be you.
For God's sake, hasn't it occurred to you that trust might actually be trying to help?
Of course! In the voice as well. Try saying it again. When you look yourself, or better still, hands up. After all, that's what you mean, isn't it, please? My hands are open. Take the company. Give me more. Give me two. It's worth at least two. I already saw she.
You're insane.
You've had my answer. This proposal stinks. Stinks of rotten fish. That's the truth.
Pop isn't doing it. That's fine by me.
Sorry to have to send you packing, boys. This is a city, not a soup kitchen. And City Hall does not dole out free meals. Besides, your businesses are flourishing.
What did I tell you, Blake? You and the others were much too pessimistic.
Pessimism? To hell with pessimism. Listen, boys, you people are your worst enemies. Just think about it. What's your product, eh? Cauliflowers. That's as good as bread or meat. So people are a little short just now. Think twice before they buy a second suit. A suit or no suit, they can spare a dime to have the vegetable of the day. So why so gloomy?
Doctor, you know, it warms my heart to hear you talk like this. It gives me stomach full of fun. It is encouraging. But let's get to the point. We're here on business, not about the loan that's finished with. So don't concern yourself. It's something rather more agreeable. At any rate, we hope you'll find yourself. It'll be 20 years this very month since you decided to devote yourself to politics. And if it weren't for you, this town would not be where it is today, and nor would we. Why do you think we're so thrilled when you talk optimistically about our business? Now then, yesterday, my colleagues and myself reached a decision. To mark this 20th anniversary, as a token of our high esteem, to mark our sense of solidarity, we're offering you a controlling stake in Chief the Shipping Company. The price is $20,000. It's a steal. We might as well be giving it away.
You do a nice line introductory talk. But who gives away a shipping company for next to nothing?
Well, naturally, now that the loan idea has fallen through, your 20,000 wouldn't come amiss. What's more, we're now too keen to dump the shares on the open market.
Now you're making sense. Well, son, that'd be something, wouldn't it? Heir to a shipping company. I thought I'd pissed you off with all this. See that boy? Honestly, even pays from time to time.
We'd be delighted if you would accept. But yet we haven't talked about that loan. Perhaps you'd like to join the trust as well. You could advise us. Help us steer a course. An honest one can be appalling times. Because our interests would be your interests. Please. Take the cauliflower to your car.
When we start.
Bob says, why don't we start?
To give them aid. So, they presented him with a large estate, a A token of esteem is how they portray it. But clearly, he'll be more inclined to help the landowners if he owns some land himself.
Hey, boss, step out of it. It don't look good. These moves, the lack of action. People talk.
Poor Madonna, they only talk. Nobody talks. They've all forgotten me. Christ, this county's got no memory. Okay, so I'll be quiet for a while. What about the last of all? 20 killings. Jesus, 20 friggin' killings. Don't they count?
Boys is getting kind of edgy lately. This inactivity ain't good for them. I walk into headquarters and I sense they're feeling sorry for me. Me! I want to say, let's go, boys. But I can't. So what about this vegetable racket? That sounded promising. When do we start?
We go. Not from the bottom.
Too soon! I don't know what's got into you lately, but ever since them bozos from the trust told you they didn't want to know, you've been sitting around brooding. Half-baked schemes is all you're coming up with. It's a fact. That brush-up with the trust has left you spineless. Oh, and then there's the incident at Harper's Bank. Some two big rookie fires into the air, and you're a nervous wreck. Hey, robbing banks ain't legal.
But they fire!
Into the air! Try start. 2 shots into the friggin' air.
But if I haven't got them witnesses, I'd be in jail right now. And then the judges, I don't believe those guys. They ain't human. Ain't got a nickel for the system.
The cops won't shoot for vegetable shots. They shoot for banks. Okay, forget the banks. We could begin, say, on 11th Street. Break a few windows, smash some furniture, pour gasoline on the cauliflowers. We work our way down 7th Street. And a few days later, we send Jerry with a carnation in his buttonhole, offering protection. We take, say, 10% of turnover.
Protection! I'm the one who needs protection. From the cops, the judges. I got to get some judges in my life. Tell them I ain't got no rights. I rob a bank and every goddamn cop in town is taking pot shots at me. Try to it.
Okay. We try Jiggler's plan. That guy can smell a rat a mile away. If he says there's something rotten in the state of cauliflowers, there must be something in it. There was a rumor. When they got that loan, you know the one old Dogsboro pushed through. Ever since then, there's been a lot of talk about these so-called dogs. Bill going out to the bill. But then, some fishy's going on. Those dogs were being stuff. Or were they? Here comes Rag, the star reporter. If he don't know anything, it ain't worth knowing. Hi, Jack. Hi, Roma. Ooey. Tell us what you know about this loan for dogs.
Why, you looking for a loan? Hey, ask Dogsboro. He'll fix it for you. Yeah, I can hear him now. The gangster trade has flourished in this town for many years. Shut up, good sorted. He looks out for police. Won't be a dry eye to see all.
Don't rile Ted. Ain't that cute?
Yes, there was news. But you must have heard the news. They say you over the post. Work again.
You said it, Pop. You need to send me out of this.
Exactly, huh? There, you still working nights for shortage of falling star. Your number, son. Always important. Oh, heavy hour.
You shut your mouth or I'll shut it for you!
There are no weeks for gangsters when they're gone. The fickle masses set up new islands. The old ones they discarded in the dirt. Forgotten, unwanted posters turning yellow in the obscurity of long-closed files. Hey, I shot you guys. I wounded you. Wounds have turned to scars. The scars will disappear. And like this insubstantial conscience, faded, leaving out a wreck behind.
What is this crap? He talks in riddles. Shut the frick up!
Hey, gotta go alienate the press.
Alienate! Annihilate!
Go on now, Ted. Just sit at night.
Yeah. Yeah, you can be right. Hey, I'll see you guys.
Ross. One hell of a live wire.
See what I mean? I don't get no respect.
You want respect? Okay, get off your ass.
What's keeping us you?
Who's doing trade? Bringing that penny pusher from the trust.
What's all this about your ball and Capone?
Nothing serious. The other day, Capone was in Gibble's flower shop. Seems he was buying wreaths.
For us?
No way.
You sure?
Christ, what's with you these days? Capone ain't gonna bother about us.
Yeah, that's what's bugging me. Those guys handle shit with more respect. One setback and the whole is bailing out. I'll bust that bastard's balls before I'm so out of job.
Yes, Sherry.
This is the life.
So, you work for shit.
Y'all did that big jack shit.
Show him the color, Larry. Throws up.
Dog shit.
What about Dogsboro?
What are you gonna do with Dogsboro?
Dogsboro's wife's here.
Threw me out.
He fired you from sheep shipping company?
You bet your ass you did, but it's not sheep company, it's dog. Beginning of September.
Yeah? It's true.
Uh-huh. He saw the deal take place. Butcher, big chief from the trust, comes round, offers Dogsboro hold for share. 50%.
And it's disgrace.
It's good. Smell all right.
Dogsboro pushed that loan through for the trust.
And now, he's sitting on the trust board, secretly.
Hey, that's corrupt!
The loan was for the trust, the channel was the shipping company. Hell, I signed an agreement on Dogsboro's behalf.
Not sheep.
No, Dogsboro!
If that ain't Sonny, huh? Old Dogsboro. The halo slips at last.
I'll pay him out. He buys for investment. I asked him as fast as quick as I come.
He's all washed up. Get it? Rolls all washed up.
Any of you guys getting screwed like that makes my blood boil. What do you say, Doc?
I think I better testify. Sure thing.
Keep an eye on him. Roll up, I like to smell it.
Towards the end of 1932, it was looking bleak for Hitler and his crew. The party is on the verge of bankruptcy. Hitler makes vain attempts to see over Hindenburg. The dreams of power he's cherished for so long are turning sour.
Or less gift. It can be questioned.
Family question, Pop.
I backed the loan. What's wrong with that? I mean, business sector's going down the tubes. I rescue it. That's hardly a defense. But take a country house before I back along. That's different. That looks like something.
Like your favorite
I shouldn't have accepted it.
No problem.
Know what I really liked about this place? The poplars. And the view over the lake. Silver, fully turned into coins. That's what the lake reminds me of. This air. Clean air. For 20 years, I've had the smell of stale beer in my nostrils. But those trees, they really clinched it. Sunday, the Lord's Day. Church bells seem to have a troubled sound, as though they see the evil in the world.
Sir, is Mr. Louis in the hall?
The gangster?
I think so, sir. I think I've seen his pictures in the newspaper. He says that he's been sent by Mr. Clark, the chairman of the...
What's running out? Clark's there, man. What the hell are you playing? Get out!
Hey, easy, Arturo. That ain't nice. Sunday. Show some Christian charity. Don't do anything you might regret. Ouch!
What's in there?
Hey, right. Saying it twice just makes it twice as bad.
Now, Mr. Dog.
Where are the servants? Son, call the police.
Hold it! I got two guys out in the hall with Tommy guns and this cause temperance. I hate to see you come to any harm.
Tripping violence, eh?
Well, making a point.
Sorry to disturb you, sir. And on a Sunday. You don't know me, or if you do, it's only by report, which is worse than not knowing me at all. Now, you see before you a much maligned, if that's the word I want.
It is.
Thanks. A much maligned man. Now, Doctor, my motives have one thing, that's respect. Not to be treated like some common hood or small-time hustler, or I don't know what. Because I got a bone to pick with the police. I always had those guys in such high esteem. Why won't you let me run my business? Christ! God! So, here I stand before you. And, what I ask is that you put away them from me, from time to time, and shoot in your eyes with those bats, with the police. You follow me?
Are you expecting me to vouch for you?
It might not come to that. It depends what the vegetable traders say.
I'm sorry, but the vegetables come in.
Good question. Well, them vegetable traders need my protection. They don't know it yet, but it's a fact. I'm gonna educate you by force, if necessary.
Why protection? I don't believe they're under any threat.
Not yet, but who knows what's around the corner? I'm a far-sighted man. I gotta be, and I see trouble for the little guy. Chicago is a jungle. You know that. Just what about the police, eh? Corruption, that ain't the white for it. They're a disgrace. And the small time trader wakes up one morning to find his shop in ruins and his till empty. And his till empty. And so why not take precautions now? Protection at a reasonable rate, that's what I'm on.
What? You must be mad.
You say he's the ones who put him? You could be right. See, the little guy knows. He's honest too. But what he lacks is vision. Vision is what he needs, and leadership. Because he owes his bread and butter to the trust. And he ain't got no sense of gratitude. Now I can sort that out. You get my drift? I can defend the interests of the trust. Because the trust needs my protection too. They don't know it yet, but it's a fact. Of course there's going to be unpleasantness. It's unavoidable. But in the end, the wheels of commerce must be on. Pay up or close down. That's my motto. So you see, me and the trust was made for one another.
The talking to the wrong man, Mr. Rory. I have never been connected with the trust.
Like hell, Dwayne. What you need is 30 to 20 individuals.
Otherwise known as hoodlums, I'd have thought stenographers would be more in the trust's line. In any case, this isn't my affair.
Yeah, so you said. Okay, I hear you ask. The 30 top guys put the pelly guns around the place. Good. I'll go in and I'll say. The answer's simple. You'll be paid us. The guy who pays is holding all the cards. I couldn't cut you even if I... Look, Doctor, I'll be honest with you. I'm in trouble. I got guys leaving me every goddamn day. I need you. I implore you as a fellow human being. Help me out.
And as a man, a fellow human being, my answer's this. I'm calling the police.
Call the police?
Immediately.
You won't take pity on your fellow man? Then what about your fellow criminal? You hide. C-R-I-M. The docs, you're implicated. If you're implicated, we got evidence. Jeez, what a stink there'll be when this gets out.
That was a sheep shipping company.
Sheep shipping company, my ass, it's yours. You're gonna wish you never messed with me.
Be careful. I have powerful friends.
Friends? Fair weather friends.
It's supposed to be white with age.
Sure, Snow White. Pity about the rest of you.
Now, trust me. You know it makes sense. Why won't you let me help you? I swear to God, anyone so much as harms a hair on that old head of yours, they'll be accountable to me, I promise you. So why what do you say then, Dogs, bro? Please, help me out. Just once. I'm 40, and I'm still a nobody. Without your help, I'm finished. Please.
Get out!
I'm warning you, I'll crush you like a fly.
You'll never get your record, Louis. Not while I'm trying to stop you.
Mr. Dogsborough, I'm 40 and you're 80. With God's help, I'll get my racket.
Never! Never!
Ernesto, find me blue.
I need some air. Oh, Christ, what an ugly mug. I shouldn't have accepted this estate.
Good morning, Dogsborough.
Raffles, well, I see.
Oh, it's not too pleasant, I'm afraid.
The others were impressed, and some of them seemed quite prepared to let them out of drugs.
Your supporters couldn't leave them out of there. We wouldn't rest until your name is cleared. Dogsborough, hell! That isn't just a name, a man.
We
Lousy shitting furniture. Don't forget. That wife has got expensive tastes, and she can twist him around with a little finger. Hey, what?
Is she? He's been found dead in his hotel. And they're all chicken. His waistcoat pocket to San Francisco.
She's dead?
Murdered.
She's dead.
I guess the unexpected completed the investigation.
Well, the unexpected stuff we expected today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems that one of our key witnesses is jumpy unavoidably detained.
You can't trace the fact.
Yes, that's whose company. That's what I know. You'll get the truth and nothing but. Well, that'll make a pleasant change. Of course, she could have talked before he died. It's a man of yours. He's qualified enough.
He is a man taken for all in all. Here he comes now. Morning, Zoe.
Okay,
Get into with the building firm.
I said I don't know nothing about no contract.
You mean to say there is no contract?
Nope.
You thought you had a contract.
Why would I talk to sheep? Hey, watch your mouth. I never knew the guy.
Then Mr. Dogsborough didn't call you in to look into the matter of the docks?
He did so.
And you've ascertained the facts?
I ascertained them. And they ain't too nice. This is Mr. Dogsborough. He calls me in on behalf of his great city hours to find out where some municipal funds, taxpayers' money, mark you gentlemen, lent to a well-known shipping company has disappeared. I can now reveal the following truth. The money was invested. That's quite one. Point two is who embezzled it. I'm here to tell you that the guilty party was sheep. It was a sheep.
The self-same sheet you haven't spoken to.
I say again, the guilty party is sheep.
Sheet is dead. Didn't you know?
How would I know that? I was in Cicero last night. Ask him.
She dead?
Yeah,
The guy committed suicide. It's obvious. Roma and me was both in Cicero. We don't know nothing. What we do know is this sheep, this so-called upright businessman, was nothing but a common crook.
Louis, I'll say that for you. When you accuse a man, you make damn sure he can't defend himself. Well, Dogsborough.
Well, what?
Yeah, where does Dogsborough come in? Here's how it is. Mr. Owings says the shipping company received the loan and the self-same company embezzled it. The question sure remains, whose company? It's in Sheep's name, but hey, what's in the name? Who owns it? That's what we need to know. Sheep could have told us that if he could talk, but he's maintained a diplomatic silence since Mr. Owings died in Cicero. Now is it possible that at the time when these events took place, the company belonged to someone else? Well, Dogsborough, well, admit it. You were a sheep sent from this so-called contract of signs, or rather rough.
Oh, come on.
Gentlemen, may I express my feeling at this time of trial? Faced with such a shameful sight, a poor old man vilely abused, and his associates just twiddling their thumbs and keeping stum. Let me say this. I trust you, Dogsborough. I ask you, friends, is
Shipping company when there's shenanigans going on, and sheep is meant to take a run. Oh, what?
That's my bedroom, Dogsborough. Put all she comes on a witness stand. No one will testify against it.
Good question. Is that witness here yet? He's just arrived.
here.
What you getting so uptight about? Trust Uncle Art. He's gonna...
He recites some bars,
Gets free booze. Yeah, he's good, class.
real thing.
Yeah, shakes the...
Scary.
So I hear. So I hear.
Okay, this is the situation. I've been given to understand that my pronunciation ain't too hot. And from time to time, which you can either rise, I'm gonna have to say a few words in public. Get my drift? Especially as my political activities increase. Anyway, so teach me how to speak and how to move too.
It'll be my pleasure.
Okay, shoot. Hey, where's that freaking mirror? Come on! Okay, so, how do I walk?
I think you're looking for something classic. The grand man. Hamlet, Romeo, that sort of thing.
Are those guys good?
Hey, what if we all get one of those? I'm going to great Shakespeare Henry V, Gloria Raven.
Say so.
Well, I'm your man, Louis. When it comes to classical play, there's no one to touch or rumble. Give me 10 minutes of your time, and you'll be ready for your bit. You see before you dead a sad example of a life ruined by art. Call it my tragic floor if you will. I ruined myself with Shakespeare, an English poet who didn't even go to university. I would be on Broadway now if it weren't for Shakespeare. Hey, Mahoney, they say to me,
Nice.
You can't walk like that from the cauliflower boy.
now, let's see what we can do about those arms that are a bit stiff. Try letting them rest in front of your
Regina Taylor.
Crude but effective, one might say. A tiny change, but it makes all the difference. What do you want to know next?
How do I stand? In public, I mean.
Keep a couple of chaps like these behind you, and you can stand there and make you laugh.
Very funny. I don't want people looking at my bodyguards. I want them looking at me. Okay, I'll try something. You tell me where I'm going wrong.
It has potential, but it's a trifle commonplace. It smacks of the barbershop, if you know what I mean. Try folding your arms like so. A tiny change, but it makes all the difference. yourself, Mr. Bowie.
Nice.
What's this Ada, boss? It's not gonna impress the cauliflower guy.
It ain't for them. It's for the little guy. Just look at Clark. Why does he put on all them airs and graces? It certainly ain't for his associates. His bank account is all that interests them. Nah, it's for the little guy. I mean, same goes for me. In certain situations, a couple of bodyguards is all I need to get respect. But I want more.
Sure. All the same, it's all unnatural. These people are gonna take it the wrong way.
Yeah, prep school punks and my dad's college boys. I ain't concerned with them. I gotta act like the little guy who wants me to look like. Be like what I am.
Why the fancy moves? Why can't you act like that simple blue-eyed boy in shirt sleeves, huh?
I got old dogs for over there.
Oh yeah? And it seems like Dog was actually slipping lately. He's like the family Bible. One fine day, you turn over them yellow pages and you find them an old squashed bug. Right on the Ten Commandments. Which kind of shakes your faith in God somehow. Sure, he's an acid, but he's losing value with each succeeding day.
Oh, Minya bastard. I said you isn't ain't respectable.
I ain't got no beef against the guy. He's useful. They'd never drop him down to City Hall. The crash would be too loud.
Okay, I'll do a sit.
Sitting. Now that's a different matter. There are men who can walk, Mr. Bowie, and there are men who can stand. But show me a man who can sit. It's a lost art.
I guess we need a chair.
With a back to it. But take care not to lean against it. Hands on thighs, level with the bench, elbows away from the body. How long can you hold that pose?
As long as I want.
Mr. Bowie, I'm impressed.
What? I've been thinking. After Dog was gone, I reckon Jerry ought to take his place. He's got the common touch. It ain't no act. I tell you, when that guy laughs, I see him. I swear it on my mother's grave. Pieces of plastic dropping from the ceiling. That guy can't control himself. For instance, when you do that South Park, you know, the simple stuff of the South Park.
You laughs at that?
Sure. I see him. Pieces of plastic held on the floor. I found out that you should keep it from passing hats.
What hats?
Yeah, no. The hats off the guy's blood. I even seen him wearing them in public. They do, boss.
Leave the guy alone. If hats is what he has, hats he shall have. Each to his own. Okay, how about a speech?
Shakespeare, of course. Mark Antony's speech from Julius Caesar. Dynamite, Mr. Bowie, sheer dynamite. I come to praise him, not to praise him. I come to praise Caesar, not to praise him. Repeat after me. I come to praise Caesar.
The noble Brutus
Have told us
Caesar
was ambitious.
Caesar was ambitious.
And if it was so, it was a grievous
And if
fault.
it was so, it was a grievous fault.
And if it was so, it was a grievous fault.
And if it was so, it was a grievous fault.
Grievous fault.
Grievous fault.
Grievous fault.
Grievous fault.
Grievous fault.
Grievous!
ago.
And if it was so, it was a previous fault.
And previously had Caesar out.
Previously had Caesar answered. Here, unbelievable Brutus and the rest. For Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. Come I to speak at Caesar's funeral. He was you all can see and honor.
Luca Cal.
But Brutus said he wasn't with him. And Brutus is an honorable man. I come here not to make good what Brutus has spoken. But here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once. Not without cause. What God recalls you. I say, nothing is what? And why should they? After all, the white occupants of City Hall have got better things to think about, like arranging them shady deals of theirs and slandering law-abiding citizens. I tell you, friends, who steals my purse steals trash, but he that robs me of my good name, he who filches from me and robs me from my good name, robs me of that which not enriches him, but makes me poor indeed. In short, this city is in a state of anarchy. The naked egoism stops the streets. Where can a guy count his $2 in peace without his neighbor interrupting and sticking a revolver in his back? I tell you, something must be done. It's logical. Force must be met with force. But first, let me tell you this. The irresolute and idle course you have hitherto pursued cannot continue. What chance have we got against these hoodlums as we simply sit behind our counters, hoping for the best, with everyone shifting for themselves? But unity first, and second, sacrifice. 30% of your gross turnover. 30% a year you cry, no way! Our money is far too precious. Sure it is, if you could find protection free of charge. Regrettably, the world don't work that way. The only thing in life that's free is death. Everything else costs money. That includes protection, leadership, protection, peace, and security. In view of which, I come here with you today, together with some colleagues of mine and several others waiting in the hall to offer our protection. So everything is totally legit. You see here, Mr. Clark, wholesaler, proprietor, Clark's Wholesale, known to all.
On behalf of the qualified trust, Mr. Clark, we bid you a warm welcome. Mr. Owen is honored the name of the trust and endorses his policies. We thank you
Mr. Louis here, assisted by his friends, and you with them. People are getting poor by the day. Who's going to buy our vegetables?
Good question, lady. I'll tell you, the working man, like it or not, is now a fact of life. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. There's no substitute for honest toil. It gives this man a man self-respect, and it's also good for business. I'm a friend of every individual working man, but when they get together and presume to meddle in things that no concern of theirs, and try to tell me how to run my business, I say to them, hold on a goddamn minute. If a working man is supposed to work, I got no respect for them who strike, and I got ways of dealing with them too. This is all on the level. You see here, sitting beside me, a man of indisputable integrity, a model of good conduct to us all. You're all aware of who I'm talking about. It's Mr. Dodson. Mr. Dodson, I can't express the feeling of gratitude I feel towards you at this time of trial. Providence brought us all together. That you, a man of such experience, should choose a simple son of the South Bronx to be your friend, if not a second son. Mr. Dodsborough, I won't forget this in a hurry.
So, what will it be, my friends? Protection? A blackmail, robbery, extortion, fear, a bloodshed, a negative scale.
Sam, I own a warehouse near the dock. Things have been pretty quiet there recently. I've had no application in my shop.
Same here and here.
Exactly.
It seems there's been incidences in bars during the past few weeks. Windows smashed the hood, fall down the drum, that sort of thing. Because they won't pay protection money. But up to now, fish retailers had a peaceful time, thank God.
And what about the deaths of sheep and foal? You call them peaceful?
What have they got to do with vegetables?
Just hold on a minute.
Friends, ladies, gentlemen, I've been told that the poor old lady waiting out in the hall. It appears to request their protections in public. When you're ready, spoke. Mr. Uwe, I wish to offer you, at this time of deep grief, occasioned by the brutal and untimely murder of my poor husband, in the course of fulfilling his duty as a law-abiding citizen, my sincere and heartfelt thanks for the flowers that you sent me and my little boy, age 6, who has been robbed of his poor father. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a poor widow, and I'm here to tell you that if you worship Mr. Owen, I will be looking at the streets right now. I swear that in any court of law. My then age 7, and myself will never forget Mr. Owen so long as we both show him. Bravo!
My sincerest condolences. And may this anarchy and lawlessness cease.
Hold on a minute. Oh, thanks, Mr.
nearly destroyed 22 houses.
Sure, I was taking a stroll.
Are you aware that the accused is unemployed and that he only came to Chicago a day before the fire?
So?
Are you the owner of the yellow Cadillac? Chicago registration 876MOB? And is it not the case that your car was seen parked outside Mr. Dogsborough's restaurant on 87th Street for 4 hours prior to the fire breaking out? And that the accused was seen being dragged from the same restaurant in an unconscious state?
How should I know? I spend the whole day in Cicero. I had 52 witnesses say they saw me.
Didn't you just say that you were in Chicago in the dock area taking a stroll when the fire broke out?
So in Chicago, I take a stroll in Cicero. Hey! It's a free country!
Yes, sir. In the opposite side of Plaza. Say my warehouse burnt down.
Before or after the fire?
Just before. He and 3 other men were crossing the road. They were carrying gasoline cans.
Whose premises your warehouse borders on?
Sheep Shipping Company. At any rate, Juicy Sheep.
Mr. Hook, are you aware that Mr. Sheary resides in the premises and that he consequently had access to your warehouse? Oh,
Jack!
Order!
This hearing is adjourned. On to the ill health of the accused.
You can't do it up there. You've got 1 minute. Just put something around his eyes. So just pop it around there. And you have to do it there.
Why don't you just do it on the stage so everyone can see?
There we go. Okay, let's go.
Mr. Hook, can you see clearly? Capable of recognizing anyone in this one?
No, sir.
For example, do you recognize that man there?
No, sir.
Can you affirm with any certainty that you have seen him before?
No, sir.
enough. And because he is 5'10" tall. My sister-in-law, she saw the accused outside City Hall just before my husband was shot. He was carrying a gun, a registered 36, and looking kind of suspicious.
Mr. Greenwell works for you?
Sure, in my flower shop.
A florist wouldn't have much call for gas in it.
Well, deal with greenfly may be, but I ain't got no greenfly.
What was Mr. Greenwell doing in the offices of the Cauliflower Trust?
He was singing a song, sir.
And I couldn't see the famous living chick that cans of gas.
I guess not.
Arson's just ain't this guy's line. He's a tenor.
For Mr. Greenwell to sing the charming ballad.
A fine, upstanding youth is being booed as a suspicious character. For shame!
Considers further questioning to be totally fruitless.
Jiri? What about Jiri?
I was saying, you seen all the dogs for all these days.
I tell you, I do not trust that guy.
Me neither, because just the other day, I saw him talking to Al Capone and Emanuele! What happened to the dog for his heart condition?
He refuses to see a doctor.
What'd you get for him?
The guy who dealt with fish.
You can blame him.
I wouldn't let him see another one. He talks too much.
He ain't the only one.
What do you mean, boss? Hey, you skunk. Have you been taking nasty smells?
Just read the will.
Okay, let's take a look.
Screw me. Jiri and Church. And where's the real girl, huh?
He won't let go of it. That boy in here's been trying to smuggle it out of here. 5 times I caught him.
Sure. Just hand over.
I ain't got it. I swear. Roll on my mother's grave.
You freaking man, no one down! You think I don't want you to cooking up? Man, shit. I gotta know.
That makes 2 of us.
You mentioned me in the same letter as you? You ain't worth that. Hey, none of you ain't worth that. I know. And you too, Shivala. That leg of yours. How do we know that ain't some kind of act? Why are you always here to parry? What's going on? Hey, Art, what's happening here? These 2 schmucks been telling tales on me? Push me, guys. If I see something wrong, I'm gonna rough you out like pencil marks.
Yeah, you're who's on it. Those studs are yours.
Hear that? That's how they talk about us now. Thugs. You 2 fatheads think you're real smart, huh? In with the leaders of the trust. So, Church, Fox Taylor ain't that for you, am I right? You, do some dirty work for him? And you tolerate all this.
Tolerate what?
His thugs is what? They shut Joe Butcher's truck up.
That was unauthorized. My guys don't see why we're content to bleed the little guy until there's nothing left and never touch the big-time operators for a cent. Frankly, Arturo, I don't see it either.
Trust is wild. What told me yesterday that we let it happen all the time? I know this happened when the dogs were working.
Ernesto, this I will not tolerate.
Yeah, you tell them, boss. They're getting big ideas. They better watch their step, okay?
Trust is wild.
Okay, that's it. Hands up. I'll get you all. All of you. You too. I'll get you all.
Cool it. Ernesto, what's the big deal? You had Joe Butcher's truck? Who gives a shit? Business is booming, guys. Please, don't let's fight. The warehouse fire. It was a work of art. And the vegetable traders are paying up 30% of the gross turnover. I tell you, each week that passes has seen a new district come under our control. Business is booming, guys. We rule the roost. But I got bigger plans.
Well, let's hear it, boss.
Hey, screw the plans. Just get me out of here.
Sure. It's gonna look real nice if Slot walks in.
Ernesto, put that right away.
Hey, Art, wake up. Can't you see what's happening here? Dirty rats gonna sell you out to Clark and dogs. You heard me, all right? It's gonna look real nice if Clark comes in. That loan for ducks. We never got a piece. The guys are out smashing up another shop or
pumping cans of gasoline around, and all the time they're saying to themselves, we don't care about us anymore. He puts on airs and plays a big shot. And here we are working out drugs out. Wake up, for Christ's sake!
Yes, spit it out, boss. Where do you stand here?
So it's my turn now, is it? You're gonna point your rods at me? Well, go ahead. See how far it gets you. You threaten me and you'll regret it. Threats I will not tolerate. I will tell you this. You must trust me. Blindly, or you're out. There ain't no middle way. I ain't accountable to no one. Duty, first and last. That's how it's gotta be. And in the end, and I'm talking money here, you don't earn nothing till you find it. I got one more to say to you guys. Have faith. Have faith in yourself and have faith in me. I never would have got where I am today without faith. Sure, times were hard, but I had faith. And faith pulled me through. I'm like Chicago on its feet. All with faith. Faith got me Dogsboro. Faith got me Stooges at City Hall. All with faith and these two hands.
I had a submachine gun too sometimes.
What good's a submachine gun without faith? Faith in my college boys. That's what I had. And I want you to have that faith as well. Because faith is what? You must believe I want what's best for you guys. And that I know I will provide it too. Have faith and we shall be victorious. And when Dogsboro does throw the towel in, I'll decide which one of you gets what. Do you understand? Have faith and you shall all be satisfied. Beat it. Say.
I like your accent.
Take your bad leg with you. Oh, you're the joker in attack, but it ain't two deals of cards around here.
I want to be alone.
Arturo, listen. I do have faith. Christ, if I didn't have, how could I look my people in the eye? But we gotta act, and soon. Bastard, surely I'm sure he's up to something.
Look, I trust you. You're my lieutenant and my oldest friend. I'm gonna tell you what I got in mind. First thing is, I'm finished in Chicago. I want to play with this. Subject. This ain't the only town with vegetables. We'll have a dressing lesson, so to speak. And take it down, crack it, then listen.
Where's this rehearsal? Cicero, that's Golfling's town. The vegetable trader's reading his paper. Accusing me of murdering sheep.
Well, we better put a finger on him and fast. Because Clark's got a foot in Cicero already. They're negotiating prices.
Cicero is Clark's idea, not yours. Don't you see what's happening here?
Enlightenment.
Trust. Jerry and Shiva, there. Clark has masterminded the whole thing. Dogsby's confection fits in with a plan. You're in the way. They want it all for themselves. Pish. First we crap on Dogsboro before he craps on us, or else we kiss goodbye to Cicero.
You really think this is a emergency for getting out of Cicero? You're right.
Me and the boys call on Dogsboro. Pretend we're taking him to hospital and drop him at the nearest morgue. Finito.
But Sherry's with him.
And he can stay with him too, permanently. Gotta have a purge.
What about you?
Me and the boys are calling when we get back to town. Tell you what, we'll pay a call on his flower shop. Can we buy some wreaths for Jerry and Double and pay in kind?
I like it.
If they try to keep me out of Cicero and seek to cast aspersion on my name, I swear to God, they'll pay. I trust you.
And well, hope so, Arch. Before we start, you better see the boys. Let them know everything's on the level. I ain't no good at speeches. This is the way it was meant to be. You and me together, just like old times. The boss is with us, boys. What did I tell you? I'll meet you there. Where? At the garage. I feel like a new man. The last we're taking the initiative.
Friends, I greet you with a heavy heart. People in whom I had implicit faith, becoming greedy and ambitious, have entered into a conspiracy together with a cauliflower trust. That's it. With the police to wipe us out. Here's what we do. Led by Ernesto Roma, whom I trust implicitly, we are gonna launch a strike against the ones who...
Mr. Owen, allow me to present Mrs. Goldie from Cicero. He can count on our support in that. We, the reasonable business are quite separate things.
I ain't discussing this.
Then I regret reaching out, pals. Goodbye, Mr. Ulrich. I fear you may regret your stubbornness.
This and the business with John Butcher's truck. This is war, boss!
See, I'm quicker than my boots.
You ain't afraid, huh? Well, why should you be? You're only facing dark. His friends, the trust, the press, this whole thing down. Sure, it don't make sense to say.
I know what's best. I don't need your advice.
So much more.
Got found out.
Think you might have changed his mind?
We might. Arturo devoted to it then. He's trying to sacrifice himself to one of them. He thinks a real hard before he fights one of them all. He's a rat like killer. But we might be here about. He'll show up. I know the guy. Here is smashed all on the wall. Here I'll be.
These rainy nights. They get a guy's nerves.
I like it.
Say, how long you known the boss?
19 years.
Shaky, boss. It's bad.
No harm in being on edge. I see plenty of guys act real cool. When the chips are down, they're no damn use. A shaky hand is like a compass. All that matters is that when it comes to rest, it's pointing in another direction. See?
Squirrel car in Church Street.
Does it stop in?
No, it's boots on. It's too much parked outside. They get the lights lit.
Don't like that.
An ambush?
You bet your ass. It's similar and cheery. Arturo's walking right into it. Come on, boys, we gotta head him off.
Suicide.
So what? Maybe it's time for suicide. Christ, we've been friends nearly 20 years.
Open the door! Machine gun's ready, boys! Let's go for it!
been sweating blood for you.
Oh, yeah?
We reckon there was something wrong. Plus, you can shake this fella by the hand. He wants to go through fire for you. You go what?
Alright, get down! You want to get me? Okay, now you pay the price.
Still alive, huh? He's coming round. I guess he wants some more. Hey, Ernesto, say next time I go fishing, I'm gonna take you along with me. But fate.
Dog, Giuseppe. Two-faced, crippled dog!
Like again, huh? Well, you don't want to talk. I may be crippled, but I can still walk.
Summer night of 74, Arturo went to Querk in our hotel. The pair had planned a coach to overthrow Querk. The Führer decided to do away with Rome instead. The exit picked him up.
I still don't like it.
Why not? Rome is gone.
Murder?
We're rid of him, that's what counts. As for Uwe, Clark vouched for him. He's had a stormy phase and now it's past. It happens to the best of us.
It does?
We don't want any more attacks on him. Ride him again and God knows what he'll do. Be quiet if you know what's good for you.
Suppose I do. What difference will it make?
Ignatius, these men aren't animals.
Well, boss, be glad to see you two. Hey, I got a squirt. This hat ain't straight. Come on. Come on, let's show you right. All right.
I like the birthday plan.
Ignatius, not here.
No, or anywhere.
And what can you do? The word's already out. Uwe's got down to the Gulf Coast. The trust is moving into Cicero. They're taking in more traders every day.
Meanwhile, I've had two printings. Pressing smash. Things are gonna get a whole lot worse.
Welcome to Chicago, Mr. Nolan.
I'm rather reluctant to be quite honest.
Why reluctance? Men of your caliber welcome you.
Some women of your caliber.
And so are guns of any caliber.
Look, Dolphy, I know we always ain't exactly seen eye to eye. But you don't know me. I'm a peaceful man. I swear to God, I deplore violence in any shape or form.
You do?
Of course! But people get ideas into their heads. I ask you, what am I supposed to do?
My aim.
Your aim, sir, is the same as mine. We want what's best for business. The little guy's been having a rough time. He wants to sell his produce peacefully. He needs protection. That's what I'm on.
But does he want protection? That's the point. He must be free to choose.
Of course he must. I know that.
This is a democracy. Freedom of choice. Without it, there's no faith. And without faith, a business ain't worth that. It's like I always say.
I'm glad to hear it. Because you see, and please don't take offense, Cicero's never been a violent town.
What did I say? I deplore violence. Unless it's absolutely necessary.
Let me be frank. If merging with the trust is going to be important to our town, the bloodlust region in Chicago now, I won't allow it.
Okay, Dolphin. You're frank with me, I'll be frank with you.
I won't deny it. There have been incidents that have contravened the strictest moral codes. But that's inevitable in a war. And a war is what it was. But you and me, we're friends. So what you worried about? Now, these are my requirements. Firstly, you look upon me as your friend. A friend who won't desert you when you are in need. But, in return, stop printing these reports. To hurt my business and my reputation. Is that too much to ask?
It needn't be. I can't report things if they don't occur.
Exactly. And supposing one of my guys from time to time plays up a bit, or swears, or fires a couple of shots into the air, I won't be reading about it the next day in my paper that mayhem's broken loose. The guys are only human after all.
Of course you won't. My husband's only human too.
You bet he is.
Well, Dolphin, the magnum, the magnanimity that you've shown today inspires my deep respect, and Cicero will profit from our friendship. I know that.
Sweets to the sweet. Why, they're magnificent. Look, honey. Abiento.
Well, I guess that went quite smoothly. What's our next line of attack?
That thing's gonna look real nice and black.
In 1934, Edinburgh Dolphins, Dolphus, the Austrian chancellor, agrees, I don't know it.
Under considerable duress.
In considerable duress to quash attacks on Hitler in the
Ignatius Dollfeet makes his way to heaven, and the angel at the gate receives him there, and takes him by the arm, feeling the threadbare fabric of his coat, yells saying, "This man has borne a heavy load." We're burying the conscience of this town. His paper was a pulpit, which he preached in clarion tones that carried far beyond the limits of this little town of ours. Ignatius Dollfeet, rest in peace. Amen.
That was a real nice sermon.
Packable too. He didn't mention how to sigh.
You bet he did. He's got 7 kids.
God damn it! Why are you so standing guard? Your job's already done. The day can't talk.
Hey, it doesn't talk. This ain't no place to fools and people. Anyway, the boss of holidays, you can swear. Waiter, nobody kept his promise to him. He didn't say a damn thing. There are times when keeping quiet ain't good enough. Sometimes a guy is called upon to speak.
No! Butchers!
We killed the magic cat, you want me. As a wife, to be tonight for party. Can't you just enjoy the meal? Don't fight that and think you right? Now scrap!
I tell you, Carl, we're gonna rule the day you introduce me to these gentlemen.
I'll say!
Good! Now we can enjoy the meal. Now that's like that, they'll be spoiled with us.
Mrs. Dalton, my sincere condolences.
Hold it!
I offered my condolences. Your husband, may he rest in peace, is dead. So who's going to help you run this now? Okay, maybe you don't see my point. Could be your vision is obscured by tears. I understand. You've had a tragic loss. Don't let it blind you to the cold, hard facts. This is a very dangerous town. Sorry, again. Myself and my associates have come here today offering protection. What's your answer?
Please, my husband is even in his grave.
What can I do but mourn his tragic loss? He was struck down by murdering hands.
Your friend, it was your hand that struck him down.
Why does this always happen to me? Like once again, my faith is answered with mistrust. My friendly overtures are filled with his threats, and my prophet hand is roughly pushed away.
Yes, push away and hold a gun.
I tell you, my intentions are sincere.
So are Captain when he stops at pray.
Listen to that. Your husband was the same. Time and again, I went down on bended knee, looking for one time, and I almost sacrificed my reputation, looking for one tiny sign of understanding and humanity. And all I got was brush-offs and flag roofs. He promised me that those reports would stop. God knows I had to squirt out of them. Next thing, in 2 shakes of less rat still, I'm reading things about monstrous things about myself in Dolphy's friggin' paper. Christ! You might have heard that I'm a patient man, but I tell you, everyone's got a breaking point. I'm warning you! Say what you like, or ain't you got any heart?
Heart? Tell me, do you murder from the heart? Perhaps you do. Yes, of course, I see it now. You dote on evil as others do on good. You trust in treachery as we in truth. Sin will arouse your tender sense, while honest beings fill you with disgust.
It's a principle of mine to listen to my enemies calm, even when they heap a bosom. Now, I know in the circles that you frequent, people don't take kindly to me. They take exception to my origins, being a simple son of the South Bronx. And because I don't pronounce things right, because I got a masculine approach, I am the victim of their prejudice, which forces me to operate my way. Now, you and me, we got something in common. A bridge, if I may. And that is vegetables.
We can't shake chasm opened by my husband's death.
Better experiences taught me this. A load of people ain't got no heart, but everybody's got a pocketbook. Yes, Miss Death or no death, you got a fun for one. Yes, Mrs. Dolphy. Betty. Life goes on.
Yes, life goes on. And while there's life left in me, I will proclaim your violence to the world. I made a vow the day my husband died. Oh, he must die!
It's strictly business that we're talking. It ain't a place for something tendencies. Otherwise, it'll take a more romantic.
Oh, don't be. Now I know you're gone.
He's gone all right, and he ain't coming back. Who's gonna speak in Cicero tonight, tomorrow about lawlessness and dishonesty? This world is cruel. And oh yes, you have good cause to mourn his loss. This world is cruel. And you ain't got no protection. The weak will go to the proverbial wall. But you got me, Arturo Louis, me!
How dare you say this is a time like this to the widow of the man you killed, murdered by another murder!
She can say things like that.
Oh, may God protect us from our protectors!
You want our protection?
Oh, no. No! No!
things don't go right tomorrow, there's gonna be hell. I swear to God, there will be hell. I'll be standing up there. You know what I do? I get the wrong track. You know, he's doing that active guy with me. It's all through like the audience. You know what I'm saying? Come here, Small.
Striking me. You struck yourself, Arturo. I cast my lot with you when you were hardly more than a shadow on the barroom floor. And now I languish in this drafty eternity, while you sit down at table with sleek and proud directors. Treachery made you, and treachery will unmake you. And all you will struck down will rise, Arturo, and bleeding, but made strong by hate, take arms against you. You will look around for help, as I once looked. Then promise, threaten, plead. No one will help. Who helped me in mine? Shoot him! Kill him! Get back to the dead! Whatever pain is not the grave of that.
What are you doing?
He sent for us.
And who is he warning you about? He has no influence, Cicero.
He's got a submachine gun. That's enough, isn't it?
Goddamn cowards. Aren't you guys, man? Aren't there any laws in Cicero?
Guess not.
But you must defend yourselves. This pestilence must be prevented here, or all America will be at risk.
Our citizens is coming one by one. We owe it to our country to resist.
No, no! We wash our hands of it.
We're sure to be defeated in the end.
Hi, kids. Are all the Ciceronians here?
All here, sir.
And Chicago?
All here, sir.
Are all the Ciceronians here?
All here, sir.
All here, sir.
Now welcome all on behalf of the our trust. Mr. Clark.
Ladies and gentlemen, after exhausting the leading wholesaler in Cicero has merged her operation with the trust. The benefits for you are obvious. A guaranteed supply of vegetables at prices slightly higher than today. Mrs. Dolly, welcome to the trust.
Now, Mr. Uri, the trust is off.
Illinois, countrymen, one day, old honest Arturo entreated me with tears in his eyes to protect Chicago's vegetable trade. Now, the Arturo has left us, and his file is his will is in a file at City Hall where all of you can read it. If you do, you'll see he expresses heartfelt thanks to me for the for answering this desperate call. Today, we exchange the cauliflowers and tribes of onions are right for no one. It's totally protected in Chicago. Thanks to the client's efforts on mine. Well, naturally, when Ignatius Dolby came to me with a similar request for Cicero, I hated to ignore. Nevertheless, I stipulated this. I do it if the plaintiff wanted it, not otherwise. I would put the man to an open vote. No for my clubs. No for Cicero. No for your green ideas, tight little case. But there is something yet. Now, friends, are you for me? Now that I gained your friendship and respect, are you for me? And incidentally, the man who isn't for me against me, and will have not himself to blame any consequences that ensue. Now, put it to the vote.
Mrs. Dalton is not to all of you, and his late, great husband, beautified and loved, would like the word.
My husband has passed on.
But we stand in touch.
We have lost a friend. But more than that, we have lost a champion and we need another one. Here he is. I recommend him to you heartily. This hasn't been an easy time for me, but Mr. Ooey has made it bearable.
Right.
But
Hands up if you support the boss.
I'd like to. Okay, everybody.
Okay, let's have a nice break. Open the bottle.
The trail of these two illustrious clowns expressed a kind heartfelt gratitude for your protection.
Gentlemen, this has got to be the proudest day of my life. When I first came here 15 years ago, I was a full son of the South Bronx. I had no job, no money, and no prospect.
Back out. Okay, Gregor off, up to the end. Right, lights up, let's do the walk down. I'm going to work this out now. Can you look and stay up that side? Let's see who's going to go. Who can find it easiest to go off this side? Who's all the people on this part of the stage? Yeah. So all the people on this side of the stage go up there, please. Yes, ma'am.